Hey everyone, welcome to Valentine TV. I didn't set nothing up. Sorry, I ain't got it just right. But I wanted to go into the Fat Joe lawsuit again because I went and I heard Hassan Campbell. Um, and he knows TA, right? So that'll give us a little bit more insight into the uh law papers, the court records, the paperwork. All right. So anyway, closer to what I believe is the truth, because I believe it. And it's another one that likes to sit in the corner and watch. You know what I mean? But anyway, y'all, welcome to Valentine TV. The um reaction will be coming from Hassan Campbell's page. And I've never did one on with Hassan Campbell in it, but I just ran across his live today. He was talking about it, and he knows a lot more than he's saying. You know what I mean? Because he talked to Terrence. He knows what was going on. He been on. So anyway, I just wanted to get a little bit of what he got to say, okay? And he also played a little bit of Tisa Tales, when she was reading when it first came out. Like, yeah. So, and as y'all can see, we have 881 subs. So as y'all come in, please hit that subscribe button, y'all. Make my day. All right. It's gonna make all our days because I can do a little bit more. I heard I could. But anyway, let's see what Hassan has to say about this Fat Joe thing lawsuit, y'all, because I believe Hassan. I mean, straight up, I do. So let's see what's going on.
It don't cost nothing to show no love. Tam Leo, thank you for sponsoring this war.
Okay, 1 second, y'all. We gonna get into it. We gonna get it. Let me.
We got a lot to talk about. Word on the street is that Fat Joe just lost a $29 million endorsement deal.
I heard that.
Yeah. Now you know what it feels like to play with niggas' money, Joe. Fat Joe just lost a $29 million endorsement deal because those brands don't want to stand next to these type of allegations.
No, sir.
So what I'm gonna do is, before I even get into this topic, this sister, what is her page on?
She talking about Tisa Tales.
Tessa Tells.
Okay.
I like the way she breaks down what she's reading in the paper. So, shall we begin?
That is my friend. Listen, y'all. We're not, since I did do a reaction on the exact one that he's playing, okay? So we're just going to listen to a little bit of it because that is part one of the Fat Joe lawsuit. I'm going to have to go back and put part one on it. But, okay. So we're just going to listen to a little bit because I want to get into what Hassan Campbell knows. You know what I mean? And I know he knows because I caught one of his, it wasn't a live, but I saw one last night and I was like, yep. He talked to him. Yep. So I'm going to skip a little bit. I'm going to let y'all hear a little bit too. Refresh your memory. Oh, sorry.
Oh my God, you guys, come in, sit down, and shut the door. Fat Joe has just been accused of Diddy-like crimes, and baby, this one is a doozy. What is going on? Remember we said that Diddy was going to set the level and that the prosecution can put him away. There's going to be so many other people to fall. Baby, next up on the roster is Fat Joe, Terror Squad. Yo, let me run this down really quick for you because this breakdown is ridiculous. Okay, listen. Here's everything that's in play. I had to take notes. There's so much. Let me run it down, and we're gonna go on live and read the lawsuit. The main laws at play: RICO. They're trying to get him on a RICO Act. TVPA, Trafficking Victims Protection Act. Federal wire and mail fraud, and unjust enrichment, fraud, intentional infliction of emotional distress. Baby, let's get into this, all right? So the plaintiff is Terrence Dixon. Again, we're gonna go in deeper, but we gotta talk about this. The plaintiff is Terrence Dixon. He served as Fat Joe's hype man, writer, vocalist, tour manager, and bodyguard from 2005 to 2022. He claims he was never properly credited or paid, despite contributing to multiple hits and international tours. And when I said that, I said, okay, so this sounds like standard fodder. And I had been hearing whispers about what was going on in Terror Squad. But get this, he also alleges psychological abuse, financial theft, was routinely stolen. He slept in lobbies while others flew first class. And Fat Joe allegedly took $30K Live Nation check meant for Terrence.
All right.
Phone gets canceled. You refuse and you sleep in the lobby. You refuse and you lose your spot. Okay.
He had the nigga sleeping in the hotel lobbies, but we gonna get to that.
So there was performance-based humiliation. And one specific incident in Miami. After a show, Fat Joe allegedly brought a woman to his hotel suite. He ordered Terrence to sleep with her in front of a group with the bathroom door open, shouting, "Get your D hard, Terrence," or they're calling him TA. Members of the crew, including Pistol Pete and JB, reportedly watched and laughed. One joked, "Yo, Joe."
Word on the street, a word from TA is allegedly TA is packing,
No,
and
Lord.
Fat Joe like to see his meat.
Y'all remember when I did the darn reaction to Tisa's, the one that he's showing, and I was joking, well, sort of not joking, sort of. And I was like, I wanted to see another Tootsie Roll, and then I just went on and played the video, right? I guess so. Then y'all hear son? Oh Lord, the son don't be playing either.
Yeah. Fat Joe allegedly like to sit on a seat like Diddy, and from across the room, he like to see his meat. That song,
Buddy.
I'm All the Way Up, is about to hit different.
Oh my God.
Knowing damn well he lying.
These
Love and respect. Tell us your thoughts, Taz. Yeah, that song, I'm All the Way Up, is definitely going to hit a little bit different, because while Fat Joe was sitting on the couch, TA was all the way across the room, all the way up, and Joe was telling him, and you can stay up. Take the what and leave the what?
I'm not about to stand here and watch this ninja's deed. Terrence allegedly did not want to participate, but he felt he had no choice. Also, there was surveillance and direction. These special performances were sometimes filmed, sometimes directed. The environment was described as under surveillance. There were security cameras, management staff. They even said Rock Nation's extended team were allegedly aware. Joe was said to have orchestrated who TA would sleep with, watched and sometimes gave verbal instructions. Is this not sounding like Diddy and Cassie? And used the presence of others to enforce psych.
Fat Joe was innocent until proven guilty, allegedly.
His bodies and his actions were not his own. The expectation was be sexually available on command, never say no, or you're out. And this wasn't about pleasure. It was about enforcing loyalty through
humor. All right.
Reference past violence, like the slashing of Cuban.
Okay. Did y'all hear that? Let me rewind that a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry I had to do it this way. I'm trying to catch y'all.
Again, There was psychological coercion that they cited. Fat Joe's mantras, nobody leaves Terror Squad in one piece, reference past violence like the slashing of Cuban Link as a warning. And TA was threatened with being stranded overseas, losing work, and being publicly shamed. Y'all, what? The enterprise culture, code words and enforcers, the crew used coded terms like ketchup, that meant slashing, Maytunden, that meant Maytunden. What is that? That meant murk people. Calpy, that meant slap. And Corbin meant put in a casket. Violent enforcers like Pistol Pete and Rich Player were used in these recorded conversations, and the culture functioned like a criminal hierarchy with orders, punishment, and obedience. You guys, what is going on? Again,
Understand something, right? You can't call Cuban a liar because he got half his face sliced. Where's the lying at? And see, I owe this so much that I really need to set clear.
Exactly.
But first,
but he's not.
I want to go to this next video and deal with this dust mite real quick, because I'm not going to let niggas change the narrative in this situation. So let's get to this dust mite.
Yeah, y'all, I think this is another dude. I don't know his name, y'all. I don't. But he said, I heard him say that he took his video down. He took his video down. And now he talking junk about TA or Terrence. I'm going to say Terrence. But he's talking junk about Terrence. And so Hassan happened to see it. So that's why he said he's going to set him straight, because he know a little something about him too. And all these are Fat Joe's buddies, okay? Not Hassan, but the ones he's talking about, right?
Mike, real quick. Forgive me for looking at this dirty couch.
The views and opinions expressed by Zip is not always the views and opinions held by Zip. Sometimes they come from the cat. The cat doesn't identify as a cat and believes it's a pit bull, so around here we refer to it as pit cat. In this video, we're going to be talking about the lawsuit against Fat Joe and the nasty allegations therein. But before we do, I'm going to need you to start off on the like button, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you'll be notified when I drop these videos and all that. Alright, so boom, check it. Earlier, I went live. They age restricted the live. Know what I mean? And so I just deleted it. I just took it down. You heard? It don't make no sense for it to be up. Y'all ain't gonna pay me for it. I'm not leaving it up. You heard? Respectfully. And so during the live, I was talking about how TA, Fat Joe, former hype man, put this lawsuit in against Fat Joe.
Wait a minute. So if you took your live down, sir, I don't know him still. You took your live down so you can just come back and talk about parts of it that you want us to see now? Did you have some in that live that could have helped out Terrence? Okay, because I do believe Terrence. I believe Terrence. I do. So this joker done took down a whole live. Somehow, because they wasn't going to pay me for it. But then you come back and you talking about it. Don't make sense.
In a lawsuit, he's alleging that Fat Joe has some type of relations with minors. He detailing it, yo. He had a little Dominican from uptown. She used to do blah, blah, blah for such and such and such. He had another one from overseas, blah, blah. But he's basically saying that all of these joints was minors. And my thing is, how do you get a chance to see a man have relations with a minor?
He ain't say, it don't say he saw. He know about it. You can know about stuff. We all know if somebody there doing something or not. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We may not be there, but y'all, some people brag about it. And like I heard that little girl, she was cussing, going off because he wouldn't even pay and it was like $100 or less, and she was just going off about it. So, and then the other one, he probably bragging. That's how. Let me trying to make it Terrence look like he was like peeping or something, and he was being darn humiliated himself, you know. But you know, I don't even know this dude. I'm gonna have to find out his name right quick.
Like how he said she specifically did certain things for bills to get paid. How does he know that? Did he watch that? Did he watch that go down?
She told it.
Come on.
It's on
Where did he
tape.
do that at?
It's on tape.
After you see a man have relations with a minor one time, how do you get to see that again the second time? What does that say about him?
Why are you sitting up there trying to put TA on trial?
Thank you.
For the things that Fat Joe allegedly did.
Thank you.
Why is the question, or why are you trying to flip the narrative?
That's right.
With your audience on TA instead of asking, is there any more children that we need to go find? Is there any more children somewhere in the basement, somewhere in the closet, or somewhere in the hotel that need to get back to their parents? Should that not be the question that we're asking? Press 1 in the comment section if you think that that's the question that we should be asking.
Thank you. Thank you, Hassan. I appreciate it. That's why I wanted to go ahead and make a part 2, because not Fat Joe, but Hassan knows these people. I mean, I don't know if they hung out, but he talked like they did, and I know in the the video last night that I saw, Hassan said that Terrence and him talked, right? Talked. And Terrence told him everything. So he kept trying to tell him to go on Tasha K. But Tasha K said, if you go on anybody else's platform without, before me, then I'm not touching it like that, right? So Hassan tried to tell him, go on Tasha K, go on Tasha K. No, he went on, I forgot who, it's some dude's thing. So Tasha K backed up off of it, Anyway, let's see what's up.
Every time we try to take down and deal with a predator, you always got a nigga that tries to save the predator.
So do.
Because most of the time, well, in the words of Zip with the Drip, don't call me big homie. Don't call me Unc, because chances are I'm going to be sleeping with the same females that you sleeping with, little nigga. Not your moms.
Heard that.
Your daughter, not your moms. He said, I'll be sleeping. This is Zip.
Dang.
So I can see why he would try to turn the one that's trying to bring light
that's Zip.
to a situation. When the FBI go into those places and rescue those kids, they don't ask the witness, well, why you waited so long to come forward? They ask, are you coming to court to testify?
Okay.
Hate these niggas. That's why I got to be careful who I put on. Because putting on this type of ignorance was dangerous.
What does that say about Fat Joe's former hype man, TA? Him saying Fat Joe had a minor on this occasion, and then he had a minor on this occasion, and then he had a minor on this occasion. What does that say about TA?
It don't say nothing. It shows that he was scared to tell anybody because, like they said, TA, aka Terrence, was a victim, okay? He was a victim. That's why he got this lawsuit going on. What is wrong with you? Okay? Did you not hear the lawsuit? Do you not know what's going on? He was scared, and plus, the TA is young. He's 20 years younger than Joe. 20 years younger than Fat Joe. Look, Fat Joe got him straight up out of high school. Okay, so he wasn't much older than the girl. Okay, that's why. That's some of the reason why.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what it says about TA. It says that TA was around the same age
Oh, thank you.
as that girl. When Fat Joe recruited TA was not too far off from the same age as that girl. What is you talking about? Fat Joe recruited TA fresh out of high school, my nigga. Why are you leaving that out? Why are you leaving that out?
After the first time he saw him with a minor, he was supposed to get around him. I don't want to do no more business with you. You out here messing with a little girl. I don't want to do no business with you no more. No, he didn't do that. He liked going on trips to Dubai. He liked going to Turkey. He liked going to South Africa.
I don't know why he had to sleep in the freaking lobby. He had to sleep in the lobby, or he got left overseas with no money, nowhere to stay, nothing. Okay? This man down here tripping. If his name's Zip, I'm gonna say Zip. But until I know for sure, I'm gonna say that man. He down there tripping. He taking up a Fat Joe mighty hard, ain't he?
In all of these places all over the world with Fat Joe. He loved doing these things. We never heard of none of this stuff. We never heard of none of this stuff while you was getting that money for Fat Joe. But now,
Fat Joe wasn't paying him.
Thank you.
That's what the problem. He wasn't even paying a nigga, sending him home broke. And when he finally decided to stop doing Fat Joe's dirty work, Fat Joe cut his hotel, he cut his fundings overseas, and had him stuck in the lobby overseas because he wasn't continuously. First of all, what y'all gotta understand is, right, in the process of TA going out there recruiting girls for Fat Joe, because Fat Joe is way older than TA. Way older than TA. He got that boy by 20 years. With dudes like Fat Joe and Africa Bambata and Diddy does, they have you a part of their crimes. So now you become a co-defendant in the things that Fat Joe had him doing.
Thank you.
You think he really wanted to tell on himself?
Now, do y'all understand the process? Why TA probably was afraid to tell it? Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Y'all gotta understand some of the things that Fat Joe did. Google the case where Fat Joe was detained for assault on a female out of town. That really happened. Googled it.
It happened.
That was him and TA together. That was him and TA together. NYC Rockstar. Damn, Joe like to watch other men. Cock-a-doodle-doo, nasty work.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, I like to hear somebody that knows the person that's gonna be in the lawsuit. Oh shoot, yeah, I'm sorry.
Disrespecting TA, calling them homeless, calling them bums. TA had no voice. He couldn't say nothing. He got tired as a man. He got tired of Fat Joe humiliating him while his wife was watching. And when he couldn't take it no more, he came to the internet. And when he came to the internet, every platform that he went on, Fat Joe had their monetization channels knocked down. That's why I took my videos down. But now, the cat is out the bag, baby.
Uh-oh.
Fat Joe wanted to drink TA's leche. Wow. I'm not going to let this nigga Zip do that. Fat Joe started with TA. He antagonized that boy.
Fat Joe was having these relations with the minors.
Sort of like you, Zip.
Before the information come out in court or whatever, I'm not gonna pass no type of judgments on Fat Joe. I will say that
you ain't gonna pass no type of judgments on Fat Joe with your fake beef. We already knew that beef between Zip is just to get Zip channel in the algorithm. That beef is fake.
Oh my God. Did y'all hear that? Fake beef. So now y'all know. Because I don't watch Fat Joe or him. But the beef is fake. Hassan Campbell just verified that. That's just to get him up in the game. Shoot, I'm trying. Y'all, I just reminds me, please hit that subscribe button, y'all. Because we are up to what? 881. Thank y'all so much. We about there. We're going to get it. We going to get it. Watch. 1,000 coming up. But anyway, now we know that little beef is fake. So if I hear that anywhere, I'm going to put it out. What else? Hassan tell it. Hassan tell it.
For two, you just passed judgment on the victim or the person that's trying to bring awareness to other victims.
Yeah.
So you attacking TA, but you're not gonna pass judgment on Fat Joe. Who sent you, my nigga? What agency are you working for? Are you trying to be recruited by the Boule?
Oh.
Are you trying to be recruited by the Boule, my nigga?
The Boule, the black Boule. Oh my God.
If what TA is saying is true, Joe is a sucker. If what he's saying is true, Joe is a sucker. But I'm not on here. Let's get that clear. I am not on here like calling Fat Joe a sucker for what TA is saying. Or no, because we didn't see no type of evidence whatsoever.
You on here throwing shade at TA.
Exactly.
You think we can't see that?
Yeah.
If you was gonna come up here and run your big mouth, you should have stayed neutral and just broke on, the topic. You should have stayed neutral. But instead, what you did was you just slandered TA and gonna act like, well, if Fat Joe really, really did that, he did it, nigga.
Heard that. But yeah, I'm on the side of the victim, so innocent till proven guilty. I already know. We've been saying that for what? Months? Almost a year. Diddy. But anyway, yeah, I'm on the side of the victim, so but I still know innocent till proven guilty, and Fat Joe, I'm sorry. I don't believe you. And I don't trust your other friends either. Just like Busta Rhymes, something. Oh, Hassan Campbell said something ain't right. All right, we're on the right station right now. But yeah, you throwing TA under the bus for what reason? Why? And then you're like you scared of Fat Joe. I ain't saying Fat Joe. I ain't saying what you take your video down for. Huh? Go ahead.
TA ain't lying on that man. He already got a paper trail on the internet where he was accused by a victim on the internet for doing the unthinkable.
However, in the case you heard. Now, if all of these girls come out like, yeah, it's a fact. Like, I ain't lying. Look, these are the pictures. I was 15. I was born this year. This is this year. Look, I was 15. Like, there's nothing we can say. You did bad, right? But until then, I'm not passing those.
You already know.
But TA, listen, but what you mean, but? So before the evidence come out, you just gonna make TA look like he's the foul nigga. Never trust a nigga that look like this. Never trust a nigga with a NYCHA hat on. Never trust a nigga with a NYCHA hat on.
NYCHA.
TA. Oh, I'm gonna brand him sucker of the year. Yeah, I gotta do that because, like, he know if what he's saying about Joe is true or not. We don't know. We, us, the general public, we don't know if what TA is saying about Fat Joe is true or not. So we can't pass judgment. But TA know if what he's saying about Joe is true or not. Fat Joe know if what TA is saying is true or not. You heard? We could pass judgment on TA. Because if he lying, that makes him a lollipop. Straight sucker. Lollipop, straight sucker. Pause. You feel me? If he's telling the truth, lollipop status. Straight sucker. You know why? Because you was hanging around with Joe while he was doing.
Not true. Okay. I mean, maybe true. But the point of it, as far as TA goes, TA is a victim, you idiot. He was afraid. He was scared. Man, y'all heard all that, like ketchup and all them other names for codes of unaliving and coughing and, man, please. And then he making him like doing acts while he watched, 20 years older than the boy. He probably scared. I mean, and then, man, please, taking his money, making him sleep on, just leaving him overseas. So, don't leave me overseas, man, because I don't want to dare and do what you said, dude. That's not right.
All of those things. If what he's saying is true, you get what I'm saying? Like, what type of man is hanging out with a 40-year-old dude that's hanging out with 15-year-olds? Come on. Where they do that at?
Oh, Joe probably gonna pay you. Fat Joe probably gonna pay you, allegedly.
You trying to tell me you ain't never been driving around?
They do that in the hood every day, my nigga. Don't play dumb. They do that in the hood every day, my nigga. Don't play dumb. Niggas like you and niggas like Joe is the reason why other niggas like me didn't have girlfriends, or well, we had girlfriends, but we didn't have the girlfriends that we wanted in high school because you older niggas that was 10 years older than us was pulling up in your cars in front of the schools and y'all was picking up the little girls. They were supposed to be our girlfriend. The same way Fat Joe was picking up that girl allegedly. She was around TA's age, but even younger. TA was 20. She was 15. Or he may have been a little bit older, but they was around the same age, my nigga.
Thank you.
Y'all niggas is the reason why dudes didn't have girlfriends in high school.
Put them in the back of the back. You ain't never been driving around with them in the back of the back like you the driver, you the hype man. So those are your responsibilities. Yeah, those are your responsibilities sometimes. You to be chauffeuring Fat Joe around sometime, right? You the hype man, your TA, come on, we shooting over here. You drive, boy.
Listen.
So now when you got the little John, you see why it's awful for niggas of my caliber to really jack what you saying right now? Because if you a stand-up nigga like you be trying to say you a stand-up nigga, like when we see you on Panda Chop, every time we ever saw you on Panda Chop, you presented yourself like you was this stand-up individual. You presented yourself like a stand-up individual. But now in your lawsuit, you paint yourself as a nigga that sit down and aim.
Well, what? Okay. Well, if that's the case, what is Fat Joe painting himself as? What does Fat Joe look like at this moment? Huh? That's what I want to know then. Since you're going to go so much off on the victim, I mean, just if you believe in the lawsuit or if you're neutral, you'll say, okay, well, he's the victim. He's the predator. Innocent to proven guilty, I know. But I'm going to give more leniency toward the victim. You ain't going to get on here talking no darn junk about it. It's crazy, man. You're a trip. You a trip. You look guilty. You look like you got to get paid some money just to say what he's saying. Okay. Mm. I ain't gonna play the whole thing though, y'all. Okay.
Como? How? How will Panda Child, you this stand up nigga and all that, but in this lawsuit, you sit.
What are you talking about, Dust Bucket? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? This shit don't have nothing to do with him being stand up. It has something to do with bringing awareness to a situation that the courts need to deal with. Don't try to change the narrative, my nigga. You a manipulator, and you trying to manipulate the situation. This is not about him being a stand-up or a real nigga. This is about finding out if there's any more kids that have to be is there any more victims
Right.
that the FBI needs to have a conversation with, my nigga. Don't try to throw a curveball. This ain't about being real niggas. This is about civilians dealing with the things that thugs do in our community. We don't care about you dirty, dusty ass 40-year-old hooligans. We don't care about you. We don't want you. The civilians, the real world, even street niggas is tired of street niggas, my nigga. We all grown now. We ain't 18 no more.
Thank you.
Niggas is creeping up on being senior citizens. Don't nobody give a damn about that street shit. Daughter of the Most High, thank you for sponsoring this war.
All right, y'all. Hassan, that's why I told y'all Hassan know them people. That's why. That's why I wanted to play some. So we can get more in depth and get a little bit more insight into it. You know what I mean? Even though I know we got to look at the lawsuit. I know. But, hey, he spoke to Terrence. Terrence told him everything, though. If he would have went on Tasha K first, man. And another thing, people talking about Tyrone Blackburn as his lawyer, and because in the Diddy trial they said that Tyrone added some, said that Diddy or what's her name, Beth, the one he hung over the balcony, but the girl fired Tyrone Blackburn because she said that the R part never happened, right? That he added that. That's what she said, and she said that in court. So she fired him. But the point of the matter is that don't mean lying right here. Or well, he hasn't even made a statement as far as what she said, right? I don't know if it could have been a misunderstanding. Who knows? You know? But the point of the matter is we on Fat Joe's neck right now. He's the one that's messing with the minions, as Tisa say. But yeah, so Tyrone Blackburn is the lawyer. I don't care what nobody says. I am still believing that lawsuit until I'm on the victim side. Until prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. And I will apologize. I will. Not right now though, unless it come out. But what he did that man dirty and stuff, man. And he wrote out the music and stuff. And then the song called what? Mama? Talking about the little girl, Jane Doe #3.
My nigga, you crazy. Alpha Male, thank you for sponsoring this war.
Now they ain't talking about he had you perform 4,000 essays.
Yeah.
He had you perform 4,000 essays. If that was one a day, that took 11 years. If it was one a day, that took 11 years. 571 weeks. 100.
Look, little man sitting on that brown couch. It don't matter if it was one person that he made him do it. It don't. That's enough. Okay. Well, at least two, one. And you sitting there doing all that with your hands and stuff, that make you look so freaking guilty. You guilty of something. Somebody about to pay you or something.
131 months. Yeah, that's a long time, brother. That's a long time. 4,000 days. That's 10 years and 11 months. That's 571 weeks. That's 131 months.
He counted it
You
up.
telling me he had you doing an essay every day? Come on, bro.
What man don't like to have sex every day? You doing tours. You in hotels. You seeing the finest, beautiful, the most beautifulest women in the crowd every day. What man don't like sleeping with beautiful women
And you 20. You starting at 20 years old. You young.
every day? Now you want to play dumb zip?
Oh.
What man do not like sleeping with beautiful women? Come on, stop it, my nigga. Now you're going to act like every time as a man, especially in the summertime, we going outside and the women out there looking beautiful. Like every time I go into Walmart or these supermarkets and it be crowded, all I do, I ain't going to lie, I be sitting up there staring at all the fat asses. Yeah, I do. I sure enough do. Like a straight perv. That's why you women out there, stop sending your man outside horny.
Hassan.
Do not send your man outside horny.
Okay.
Give him some before he go outside.
I
Then give him.
know about that for
We like take them up top for lying and all of that. We do that to niggas we grew up with all the time. You heard? Oh, you lying ass nigga. Ah, we do that to niggas. Some of our friends, they just lie all of the time. We know they be lying. They just lie all of the time. You heard? We know all of us got those kind of mans, homie. All of y'all, if y'all females watching, y'all got those kind of homegirls that just lie for no reason. Fat Joe is one of them. We hope to God that these accusations and all of that allegations is false. You know what I'm saying? Because we would hate to be looking at him like that kind of creep.
I'm already.
Some of us feel a certain type of way about how he dealt with Big Pun family after Big Pun died. You know what I mean? Me, I feel half and half. I feel like he ain't have to do nothing for the family, and I feel like he should have did something for the family. But I feel like that right there is neither here nor there in this particular situation.
I'm gonna let Hassan take over that because I don't know Big Pun, but Hassan does.
The fact that the courts made Fat Joe give Liza a couple of $1 million that he stole from her, and you talking about you don't feel like he had to give the family nothing? Get out of here, you water bug. Get out of here, you water bug.
Man, I hope what TA has said about Fat Joe is not true. Let's get to that. So let's get to that.
Good joy, man. Good joy, what, man?
Get that little retarded ass kid out of here.
Yeah, I like Hassan watching Hassan because he always have video during evidence. He be like, here, look at it. That's why, yeah, I ran across it. Let me just see just an inch more, y'all, okay? See what's up. I'm trying to get some more of the lawsuit. You know what I mean? Since he know him. And he really didn't talk. He talked to Terrence for real. He's not on pause. He's just finding that video evidence. But yeah.
Anybody who does. You're not talking about the shit nobody gonna talk about.
Shout out to the 4,100 people in the building. Everybody write 4,000 in the comment section before they pull the numbers down. Watch them pull the numbers down.
Oh yeah, they always
watch them snatch 500 people out of this
live.
live.
They always do.
Everybody write 4,000 in the building.
I wish I could say that. One day I ain't.
The three founding fathers, Grandmaster Flash, Court,
in Africa Bambata of the Universal Zulu nation. Now, Africa Bambata has shit like Soul Sonic Force. You know, there would not be no Luke from Miami or no bass music or booty music if it wasn't for everybody sampling Soul Sonic Force Africa Bambata. Okay? He's beyond a pioneer. Since I met the man, he was always stand up, always a nice guy. I'm not copping out. He was always about inclusion. He was always about, if you Asian and you love hip hop, if you white and you love hip hop, if you black, if you Latino, it's inclusion.
That reminds me. Fat Joe said something about our race. I forgot. He had something. He said something about us, y'all. I gotta find it because I'm not sure, okay? But I remember African Bambata. He's the one that allegedly messed with Hassan Campbell. Remember, Hassan kept talking about him? Yeah, that's why I know that name from. But Seneca heard Fat Joe had said something like, made a darn comment toward us, our African Americans, y'all.
They would have these Zulu Nation anniversaries. This is where my brother would go, bring the cassette back, and how I learned about hip hop. Now, because rest in peace to Money Man. Now, y'all see how we had 4,100 people in the building and they just pulled us down to 3,400? We don't like these people. We have different things about them. Dang. We cannot exclude the history of hip hop music. We cannot change it to our likings. And there's a new, because I asked my daughter the other day, what's the gender? She said, Dad, there's like 20, 30 genders now.
What?
Oh, stop it. Stop it, Joe.
Yeah.
20, 30 genders? Stop it, my nigga. Stop lying.
My God.
Okay, so as you see, as time is going on and the world is progressing and the world is having different views of things, people who have a voice are starting to distort the facts. Now, I've been hearing for the last couple of years, like just before maybe like COVID, that there's rumors that Africa Bambata was, you know, it hurts my heart to even say this. That's why I've never talked about it. But some people are accusing him of being a child pedophile or somebody.
Oh, Lord. Just like you, allegedly. I'm sure my banner going across the bottom, y'all. Okay, so I'm just going to speak. But just like you, Fat Joe, you look, yeah. And I think it was proven that Hassan Campbell was telling the truth. Hassan, let me know. Because I used to watch Hassan, but I lost him. But I found him last night. Okay, waiting on Tay looking.
Who used to play with the kids. I wasn't there. You wasn't there. But you heard the rumors just like everybody else.
Yeah.
And before you ran your big fat mouth, you could have reached out to me and asked me what was going on. But instead, you got on social media and accused me of trying to destroy hip hop. Accused Layla Wills of trying to destroy hip hop. And because of that, I lost my monetization. And my channel ain't never been the same. And y'all refuse to let me get to that 500,000 subscribers. But we see y'all.
Yeah, I've always liked the song because he just tell it like it is, y'all. And I'm gonna see if he gonna say something else about Terrence and the Fat Joe lawsuit. If not, then I'm gonna go ahead and stop it. But I haven't seen the entire video. I caught some of it, like it was live today. So let's see.
I never seen nothing like that. Now, I'm not discrediting anybody who's a victim or anybody who said this really happened, it happened to them. I'm not trying to make you think I know and I was in his bed or I was in his room or I was around him to see stuff like that. Me, as a hip hop fan, I only saw him at hip hop functions and he was a graceful man. And so I heard little rumors like this. It was news to me because I never seen nothing, never heard nothing.
Never seen nothing, never heard.
And so I just said, let me mind my business and stay out of it because if I don't.
That's because you was probably doing it too. You was probably up in there too. My goodness, let me just mind my business. Let me mind my business.
Then how did you get here? If you was minding your business, my nigga. If you was minding your business, how did we get to this conversation, my nigga?
I don't know it. If I can't stay there, if I can't stand there, if I can't see it, I can't really tell you what it is.
I don't believe none of you say. Look.
Now, for the respect of what he did in Zulu Nation and all that, and I won't say, if it is proven that he's a child pedophile, he's a piece of shit, he should die. It's a fact.
Oh, so
I've always told you that. Now,
so that's your fate too then, huh? If you proven guilty, right?
about him, about anybody who does that, right?
Right, so let me ask you a question, Joe. Those were your words. Now, you know, those lawyers are going to send out a subpoena for Chiquita. Yeah, Chiquita? That's the name of the girl.
Uh-oh.
Allegedly, the 15-year-old girl.
Thank you.
The feds, the court, the district attorney, they are going to subpoena her to court, my nigga.
Right.
Nowhere to run to. What you didn't you didn't think that a lawyer was going to reach out to TA so that he could sue you back? Talk to me, Wavy. Okay. Fat Joe, aka Kirby, aka Pedo Joe, aka Joey like.
I heard they had the girls on video or recorded or something that's admitting to Fat Joe's stuff, and then to get a 15-year-old a BBL, are you crazy? But anyway, and then that one went on to marry a darn sports player and went on about her life. But anyway, y'all, it's crazy.
Beef in the crack. Let's get the what? Let's get the crack.
Okay, what is?
Zip with the dirty drip. Ain't have girls how you had girls. He spent 20 years in jail. We don't believe you. Here. 20.
Okay, I got zip. I wrote it down. I don't like this Fat Joe. Let's see.
Everybody knew each other, right? And was down with each other, right? So now there's people saying, yo, let's stop the hip hop museum because these guys are cool with Bambata. These guys are this and this and this and this and that. Now we got the idea of, all right, do you stop the preserving of hip hop culture, the hip hop museum that people invested their whole lives into and gave up millions of dollars and went all out to get it done, to make the Bronx a destination across the country, to this, that, because this man might have did some ugly shit that we haven't proven yet.
This is the speech that cost me, at the time, I was making 40, 50, and 60.
Oh.
The most I made off of YouTube was $63,000 in a month, and that was coming easy.
Dang.
I didn't have to work half as hard as I'm working right now to get 63,000, the highest check I got on YouTube. This is the speech that messed up my bag. This nigga did it.
But because people that are involved with the museum know him or are cool with him or haven't denounced him, they're starting to start the, I'm going to City Hall, I got to complain, I got to this. What would happen is,
they was going to City Hall. That was Layla Wells. Shout out to Layla Wells for being a trooper and having the knowledge to fight. I didn't have the knowledge on how to fight these people. She was going to City Hall. She was going to all of the higher ups to get Africa Bambata's name out of a building, which is a hip hop museum where children go.
Thank you.
A hip hop museum where children go.
That's right.
We trying to get Africa Bambata out of the hip hop museum, and Fat Joe is trying to get him back in. Why would you want him in a building with children?
Thank you.
If you heard the rumors, crack.
So both of them can have one.
What always happens? Say shut the whole shit down. Because these people saying, I don't care. He did this and this and that.
These people was me and Layla Wells. He didn't say my name, but we know who he talking about.
Hey, Dario Bird. Hey, nice for you to join me over here on Valentine TV. Hey. I used to be on Hassan Campbell's page a lot, but I lost him. I couldn't find him anymore. But anyway, thank you. And as y'all come in, because I can see them numbers, please hit the subscribe button and like it if you like just a little bit. And I appreciate it so much. But yeah, Fat Joe, man, I'm on the side of victims always. Unless then when I catch one not talking to straight, I'm gonna let you know. Because I used to be, yeah. So I'm always on that side till you prove it right now. Tell him, Hassan, help me out. Son, he coming, y'all. He coming. He probably said, who this girl keep stopping my damn live? Was live. Wait a minute, y'all. He's coming. Okay, let him catch up to me. Yeah, because I'm about to stop because this is just the part 2. But I wanted somebody who knew Fat Joe now. And now to hear what Zip had to say about stuff don't make no sense. It don't. Sorry, Hassan. I done messed up your video. Sorry, y'all. I'm just gonna call it a day. Not a day, but with this one. Anyway. Oh shoot, y'all.
News to me. Because I never seen nothing, never heard nothing.
Never seen nothing, never heard.
And so I just said, let me mind my business and stay out of it. Because if I don't.
Then how did you get here? If you was minding your business, my nigga. If you was minding your business, how did we get to this conversation, my nigga?
I don't know it. If I can't stay there, if I can't stand there, if I can't see it, I can't really tell you what it is. Now, for the respect of what he did in Zulu Nation and all that, and I won't say, if it is proven that he's a child pedophile, he's a piece of shit, he should die.
Okay.
It's a fact. I've always told you that. Not about him, about anybody who does that. Right?
Well, backdoor.
Right. So let me ask you a question, Joe.
Go
Those
ahead.
were your words.
Go ahead.
Now you know those lawyers are going to send out a subpoena for Chiquita.
That's it.
Yeah, Chiquita. That's the name of the girl.
Mm-hmm.
Allegedly, the 15-year-old girl. The feds, the court, the district attorney, they are going to subpoena her to court, my nigga. Nowhere to run to. What you didn't? You didn't think that a lawyer was going to reach out to TA
Thanks.
so that he could sue you back?
Exactly.
Talk to me, Wavy. Fat Joe, aka Kirby, aka Pedo Joe, aka Joey like beef in the crack.
Got the idea of, all right, do you stop the preserving of hip hop culture, the hip hop museum that people invested their whole lives into and gave up millions of dollars and went all out to get it done, to make the Bronx a destination across the country, to this, that, because this man might have did some ugly shit that we haven't proven yet.
This is the speech that cost me, at the time, I was making 40, 50, and 60. The most I made off of
That's
YouTube
messed up,
was
Joe.
63.
Fat Joe.
In order to protect the children and to keep Africa Bambata away from the children, we shouldn't shut it down. We should keep it running, huh? And this is why I can believe everything TA have to say about you.
I do.
Because you smell like Bambata. You smell like Diddy. You smell like Russell Simmons. You smell like Hollywood. You smell like the industry.
Yeah.
You smell like Epstein. You smell like Weinstein.
And what's the other one?
And so,
Don't forget.
this is very, very, very situation because they're making a lot.
Oh, I apologize, Tyler, because Tyler didn't. I haven't heard him mess with any children. That's the only difference between all of these. Everybody had to mess with an underager, but I haven't heard Tyler Perry doing that one. Okay, I ain't finished reading it either.
A lot of noise out there, and I don't know what noise is because you know, I told one of my friends the other day, my friend was asking me, relationship advice, and was like, I'm sensitive, my boyfriend, sometimes he says jokes, but not to hurt me, but I'm just so sensitive, it bothers me. I'm not one of those people that laugh at the jokes, especially when it's about me. And I told her, you must have not went on Twitter with me, because if I go on Twitter right now, I'm a fat fuck, I'm a devil.
You said it, not me. Now you skinny and sloppy. But we ain't gonna even go there. And see, now let me say something, right? If YouTube is pulling you out or somebody's hacking this YouTube account and pulling you out of the comment section off of this live, press 1 in the comment section, because you see how the numbers keep fluctuating?
Yeah, they were.
Where they pulling 1,000 people out, humiliate, and embarrass him. After you blackballed him out of the.
But I want to say, hey to Derek. Let me make sure, Dario Bird. Thank you for joining Valentine TV. I can't believe you found my channel. I ain't that big as you can see, but thank you so much. And you go ahead and enjoy your food, okay?
The industry. Y'all gotta understand something, right? TA was overseas. And when he got tired of doing what Joe wanted him to do,
Right,
the freak offs, where Joe constantly sat there playing with his Tootsie Roll.
that's my God.
See, there's a lot of things. I fell back off of the situation with TA because TA was holding back punches. There's a lot that he still didn't say.
Right.
And I told TA, in order for me to play with Fat Joe, a nigga that already gonna cost me millions of dollars, you have to take the gloves off.
Joe.
TA was holding back. There's so much that TA did not, there's still a lot that didn't come out right yet that I know.
Oh.
I spoke to him. And I told T, I said, listen, man, if you're not really ready to go to war with Joe, I can't play with you like this.
You better be ready.
Because Joe is not going to play with us. He already cost me money. Now, as far as in the streets, him having a crew, his crew get busy, I get busy too. When I'm outside and I'm moving about and I'm not drunk, like when I went to Bronx River, intentionally trying to.
Okay, I knew I was gonna have one. I had one. Okay, boy. Let's see, boy, funny. You make your own content. This is called a reaction channel. Do you know what reaction means? And I'm really nice. I'm a nice person, but I just hate that people don't know what the word reaction means. You know what I mean? And once I get to 1,000, I will make my own content. But I make my content when I get good and ready. Okay? You don't tell me. I ain't in the mood for that today, okay? This ain't a good day. All right? All right, buddy. Now, you can go. I'm not going to even block you. You can stay right there and look. But I do not, thou shalt not steal. Remember that. Okay? Yeah, but this is a reaction channel. That's why I got it all in caps for people like you, okay? My God. All right, okay. You got anything else to say right quick? No, I do not curse anything. I can tell you off without cursing. I understand English, so I don't need to curse, okay? All right.
I hurt myself. I wasn't in my right frame of mind. Nah, nigga, I'm in my right frame of mind, and I'm not letting none of them. Like, I ain't scared of nobody. Them niggas don't scare me. I see them in traffic. I got love for some of them dudes. But when it comes to a topic like this, when it comes to dudes, older dudes that like to swim in little kids' swimming pools, nah, we don't play that. We're not playing the R. Kelly games over here. Age ain't nothing.
Thank you, Dario Bird. I appreciate that. And y'all, I do talk to the people that chat. I do talk to them because I don't have many people, like thousands just flying. I can't see them, you know. So when I see somebody talk, yeah, I'm going to talk to them, okay? And I like talking nice to people. I don't like that. You know, that's why I got reaction written. And I even tell you where I got it from. I don't like that. Don't call me a thief. Lord.
But a number. Now, we're not doing that. We're not playing I don't see nothing wrong with a little bumpy ground. We're not playing that over here.
Go ahead, Hassan.
We're not going to do that, Fat Joe. We're not going to do. My mind is telling me no. But my body, your mind is telling you no, because you know you ain't got no business looking at Shorty. She's a toddler.
Oh my Lord.
Let's stop playing games. He's a man. He's not going to sit there and tell you, I'm scared for my life. No man wants to tell other men that I'm scared. Exactly. So, of course, he's going to stick his chest out. But the truth of the matter is, T.A. scared for his life.
Exactly.
TA's the type of nigga, if you stand toe to toe with him, he's gonna knock you out.
Exactly, yeah.
That little nigga got a knuckle game. He's gonna knock you out. He's known for knocking people out. He knocked plenty of people out over Fat Joe overseas. TA knocked plenty of people out overseas for Fat Joe. Dang. What y'all missing is the fact that these niggas that be in position of power be mistreating the artists or mistreating their entourage. And TA was mistreated. Picture yourself being in a house. You coming back home off of tours. And you ain't even got no money. You ain't even got enough money to pay rent. TA left Fat Joe 3 times. Then you come back home to being broke and poverty and pain. And you got dreams. Then you got a fat nigga that's dangling your hopes and your dreams in his hands, and he's acting like he gonna give you the world. Got you on stage You seeing the world right in front of you, performing with this fat nigga,
All right, yeah.
and going home broke. Performing with him and going home broke. He decided to get some alcohol up in him. Decides he wants some shorties. Ain't no females looking for Fat Joe like that. So you got to keep a crew around you going on tour to go recruit.
Exactly.
That's what he did to TA.
Right.
That's what he did. Instead of letting him get a hit record and pushing him, TA was with Fat Joe for 16 years. And nobody don't know him until now. What does that tell you about Fat Joe?
You got that right.
You had a ghostwriter that wrote damn near 14 songs for you allegedly. All the way up. Your biggest hit.
I'd heard a couple months ago or a month ago that Fat Joe didn't write his own music, and that's all I'd heard. And I said it on the channel. I talked so much, y'all, I forgot what video. But I did. I just said Fat Joe does not write all his music. I may have been talking about Drake or something. I don't know. Or Kendrick in Toronto. I don't know. Ain't no telling y'all. But anyway, yeah. But I didn't know that about the underages and him making TA do all of this stuff and the PPP loan scandal and oh man. But y'all, I'm gonna stop right here, okay? So if y'all want to watch the rest, go to HASSAN Campbell's channel on YouTube. He just recorded it today, so it should be easy to find. And I want to thank y'all for coming to Valentine TV. Please hit the subscribe button and the like button if you like just a little bit of content. I appreciate it so much. I'm gonna go find something else that I can react to because I'm not a thief. Boy funny, or is that Bay funny? Is that boy? It's probably boy. I don't like that. But anyway, they say I gotta have tough skin to be in this stuff, so let me get strong with it. All right, but you ain't gonna take me out my element. I'm not gonna start cussing and all that stuff. No. All right, so boy funny. If you see me again, just say hey next time. All right, I'll see you around. All right, love y'all. Thank y'all. Now, good night to some, and I'll see some in a little bit. All right. And thank you for coming, Dario Bird. I appreciate it. All right. Good night, y'all.